Next article from the Daily Mail. Border Patrol rescues immigrant abandoned by human smugglers. Border Patrol agents from the El Centro sector rescued a 55-year-old man who was having heat stroke after he was left behind by human traffickers in Jamaica, California. Jacuma. So here's the video. 115-degree heat. So, if you vote for me in 2024, I am running on the campaign of building the moat. We will build a moat across the southern border of U.S. and Mexico. We were going to drain the swamp. We're going to fill the moat full of alligators, snakes, eels, piranhas, and sharks with lasers on their heads. Going to put lions and tigers and bears and hippos, wolves, packs of wild dogs. And then we are going to make a petting zoo. And it's a tourist attraction where people on both sides of the border will be able to come to the petting zoo. And they will be able to see all the animals. And so it's not racist because Mexicans aren't a race of people. They are an ethnicity. And it's just funny. It is just a tourist attraction. It's meant for laughs. And it's also meant to... make sure that the 4 out of 5 border crossers that are getting past the border undetected, that they can't come into the country and cause a situation where 56% of the illegal immigrants in the U.S. are from Mexico. There's about 20 illegal immigrants for every homeless person on the street. Almost 11 of them are from Mexico. These Mexicans are bringing in cartel dope. They're getting people high as a kite on meth and heroin and fentanyl that they're getting from the Chinese Nazi Party. And they're using that as a form of chemical warfare. Sorry, the Chinese are using it as a form of chemical warfare. And their goal is to take out the white man in America. That's their goal. The white man is the majority of the fighting age men in America. They are the ones that are preventing them from having their socialist utopia because they won't share equally with the socialist Latinos that they're flooding in through these sanctuary states and through these Democrat-controlled immigration laws. They have created a system where this is the proposed immigration by scenario. 2019, or this is from the U.S. Census Bureau, figure 1 of, what was it? U.S. Census Bureau 2017 National Population Projections. I think it was entitled A Changing Nation. So here we can see the immigration scenarios, where if we have no immigration scenario, our population decreases. So that means that Latinos in the U.S. and white people and black people and Asians all have a birth rate below replacement rate. Here's a graph of the birth rates. You can see they're all dipping. They're going to go down about a half a child. We're at 1.6 children per woman. So that means you're going to be about only child by about 2050. You'll be an only child, at which point in time our numbers will be cut in half every 20 or every 40 years. They'll be cut every single average mating cycle of a woman. Probably more like 35 or even 30. They just cut our population in half. And this is what the Chinese want to do. They want to get you strung out on dope. They want to make it so that the women are working 40, 60, 80 hours a week, that the white man is poor. They're hooked on dope. They can't enforce their immigration laws. And then they want to flood you with immigrants because 2/3 of them vote for Democrats. So the Democrats don't want to enforce their border laws because it gets to boost their population. These immigrants vote. They are a permanent underclass. So they are cheap labor. They are They're saying that they're trying to do this for diversity reasons, but in reality, they just want a cheap supply of labor and more customers. These people are all motivated by profit. You're talking about California Democrats here, dude. Like the most corrupt Democrats in the entire country come from California. They're detestable, absolute detestable leftist shit-sucking scum. Like Kamala the Snitch Harris. Like that one. They're horrible. They're the worst of the worst politicians out there, period. They do not give a flying fuck about me. They hate me. They want me to die. They do not want me to have any sort of power at all. This is why I have to take them out, because it's either me or them. And it's going to be them getting taken out. So we can see the Republicans have been saying they wanted the low immigration scenario, the 376.2 million people. The Democrats want the high immigration scenario. The difference is 70 million people. That's a massive amount of pollution. There's about 6 million illegal immigrants from Mexico in the United States. I live in Oregon. It's about population about 4 million people. So that's 1.5 times the size of my state worth of illegal immigrants from Mexico only. And so we've had the pandemic happened, and so we're advocating now for a complete immigration freeze until we can recover. And there's nothing racist about it. We are in a bad position. We've had this crisis with the Democrats fucking up everything. They've destroyed almost everything. They really do have it hell bent to have cultural Marxism be the big win. They want to destroy your culture because it's racist. You can't have that. American culture has always been racist. Ever since its beginning, it's always been racist, dude. It's always been that the white people have been in control, and that's been the culture. We do have hip-hop culture. That's pretty black. I don't think that it's a white culture, but I do think that a lot of the black people act white. So I do believe in some regards, it's like they don't respect that. They don't respect our culture, even though the black guys that act like white, they love it. They're like, yeah, I like acting white. That's totally cool. But hip-hop is a big part of our culture. That is not a white thing. That is a multicultural thing. So in which case, that means that white nationalism is not true. It's not. We are not a white culture. We're a mixed identity culture. And you don't want to have a heterodoxy. You don't want to have a monoculture. You want to have a diverse culture. But we're not trying to wipe our people off the maps. So we're going to have to do something about this because apparently the Democrats care so much about global warming that they want our population to go down. Yet they want to not control immigration because it's racist. But what's that going to do? It's going to cause our population to explode. And then because our birth rate's low, then it causes our people to get wiped off the map. That's what Kamala the Snitch Harris wants. That's what they are going for. They do not want to help white people out. No, they want to take the money from the white people and give it to the minorities to get the women to vote for them. That's their goal. That's their game. That's their game. Rob Peter to pay Paul. That's why they're corrupt as fuck. They don't give a fuck, dude. They think the white man's racist and you need to take him out. They're a threat. They're a major threat to our democracy. Where are we at? I only got a couple more. We got some important ones, though.